Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to today's session. So today we are going to revise the June 2024 part 1. Now here we are going to revise the 5 sessions that we have done in the start of the June, okay, so that you know that what we have done till now and how much you remember from them, okay. So we usually conducted the revision sessions in the Finance 360-degree series. We conducted the revision sessions after every 5 sessions, but due to the annual report that was released, due to the financial stability report, I had to push these sessions, but now I will be bringing these sessions on the regular basis, and whatever the backlog that we have, I will cover that also, okay. So revision session for your June 2024, all the sessions that we have done in June 2024 in the first half of the June 2024, that we are going to discuss in today's session. Let's see how much you remember. And good morning everyone. So good morning Sorish, good morning Amit, good morning Lalit, good morning Titanium. People friendly, I can see your queries. I will take that at the end of the session, okay. So let's start with this session without any delay. This is very important as your exam is approaching now. So you have to be sure, you have to be very confident in regards to the MCQs, that how to solve them and what mistakes you are making, so you have to analyze them also. So today's session will help you in that. So let's start with it. But before that, do subscribe to the YouTube channel of EduTap and join our Telegram channel, where you will get the PDF of this session, okay. And the link for the Telegram channel is provided in the description box below. Good morning everyone. So this is the first question. Kindly read the question very carefully and then try to answer this question. So recently, the SEBI, that is the Securities and Exchange Board of India, this has released a circular in regards to the entities that are registered on the SSE, that is the Social Stock Exchange, okay. So what is the guidelines that are released in this regard, so that you have to tell me, okay. So kindly try to answer this question. So here I am getting the answer D. Let's see how many of you are correct. So as per the framework of SSE, as per the framework of the Social Stock Exchange, all the social enterprises will have to provide duly audited annual impact report to SSE within 90 days from the end of the financial year. So this is correct. This is absolutely correct. Those private profit seeking entities, so no, only the not-for-profit organization or only the non-profit organizations, they can be registered in the SSE. So those non-profit organizations can register in SSE who are raising funds by listing any security through the platform. So this statement becomes wrong because it is not for the private profit organizations but for the not-for-profit organizations, okay. The AIR, that is the annual impact report, shall capture the qualitative and quantitative aspect of the social impact generated by the entity where applicable, and the impact that is generated by the project or solution for which the funds have been raised. So through the Social Stock Exchange, the funds have been raised by the not-for-profit organizations for investment in particular areas such as education, such as women empowerment. So what impact has been generated, so that also has to be shown. So this statement is also correct. So first and third statements are correct, only second is incorrect, right? So you have to tell, yes, you have to tell the incorrect statement. So the answer is 2 only, that is D answer is there, okay. So we have discussed this completely in the session, that what is the news article, what SEBI is trying to say, and the SEBI said that in the Social Stock Exchange, the annual impact report has to be submitted by the social enterprises for the financial year 2023-24 by October end, that is by 31st October. So extra time was given by the SEBI to the to the social enterprises, okay. So here, otherwise within 90 days the report has to be submitted. So now coming to the second news article. So LIC, again LIC has to do a minimum public shareholding. So LIC shares have been listed on the stock exchange. So there is a minimum shareholding that should be there. Minimum public shareholding that should be there for the LIC. So the LIC was said to LIC that you have listed your shares in 2022 in the stock exchanges. Now by 2024, you have to have the minimum public shareholding of 10%, Okay, but now extra 3 years have been given, that is by 2027. Now it has been said that the LIC will have the minimum public shareholding of 10% by 2027. So here the right answer is 10%. So this is the whole news article. That is, the LIC got the nod from the markets regulator SEBI for an additional 3 years to achieve a 10% of the minimum public shareholding in the company. Now the insurance major, that is the LIC, Life Insurance Corporation, needs to achieve the 10% of the minimum public shareholding on or before May 16, 2027. So it was listed, the LIC was listed on the stock exchanges on 2022. And by 2024, it had to achieve 10% of the minimum public shareholding. But now the extension of the timeline has been given. So before, in 2022, there was the 2 years timeline that was given, but now it has been extended and 3 more years have been given. So now in total, 5 years is with the LIC from the 2022 to 2027. So that is in the 5 years, it will achieve the 10% of the minimum public shareholding. So now this is the next question, that the India achieved dash economic growth rate in 2023-24 aided by a greater than expected expansion of the fourth quarter, according to the provisional estimates that have been released by the National Statistical Office. So here, what is the data here? Yes. So provisional estimates has been released by the National Statistical Office, that has been also mentioned in the financial stability report. So in the financial stability report also, this data point has been mentioned that the economy has grown by 8.2% in the 2023-24, that is the financial year 24. Okay, so 8.2%. So this is all that we have discussed, that there is the great growth that has been seen in the manufacturing sector. In the fourth quarter, you can see that the growth is good for the manufacturing sector. Okay, and it is for the 9th time since 1961-62 that the GDP growth has crossed the 8% threshold, and it is a very good percentage that India has achieved. It is a very good growth that India has achieved. Now coming to the next question, that is according to the settlement mechanism. So what happens that if there is a alleged wrongdoer, that this person has done something wrong in the securities market, that this is the alleged wrongdoer. Okay, this person has not followed some guidelines. So the alleged wrongdoer has the capacity to pay to SEBI or to settle with SEBI that, okay, I'm not agreeing with my mistake, or I'm not denying this mistake, just let's settle it. I do not want to go through the trial. So this settlement kind of process can happen. But there is the difference in the payments that have to be done by the alleged wrongdoer. So now it has been said that the SEBI is going to launch the settlement calculator. The beta version of the settlement calculator has already been released. Okay, so the indicative amount shall not be less than how many lakh for the first time applicants, for the first time person, that is the alleged wrongdoer, so that is 3 lakh rupees. And if for the others, that is the second time applicants or the third time applicants, the minimum indicative amount should be 7 lakh. Okay. In case of more than one proceeding arising from the same cause of action has been initiated against the applicant, that means the alleged wrongdoer had done some mistake and he has done the same mistake again. So in this case, the indicative amount shall be increased by 20% if the same application has arose again. Okay. Even if an indicative settlement amount is arrived through the calculator, the SEBI high-powered settlement committee or the SEBI settlement committee has the discretion to modify the amount or even to take some non-monetary settlement. That is decreasing the power of the entity. Let's say that there is a stockbroker that has done something wrong. So maybe the regulations will be imposed more on that stockbroker. So that is the basic idea. Okay. So second and third statements are correct. Only the first is incorrect. And here you were asked the correct statement. So 2 and 3 is the right answer here. Okay. So this is the whole news article about this about the settlement calculator that you can see. I hope this is easy to understand now. We have already discussed all of these news articles in the first part of the June 2024. Okay. So beta version of the settlement calculator has been launched. In this, the indicative amounts shall not be less than 3 lakh for the first time applicants and shall not be less than 7 lakh for the second time or third time applicants or for the other applicants. So this is the basic idea. Now coming to the next question. So try to read the question and try to answer me that what should be the answer here. So Reserve Bank is organizing its third global hackathon, Harbinger 2024 Innovation for Transformation. Which of the following statements is or are incorrect in this regards, that you have to tell me. So there were two themes. There were two themes of this hackathon, right? So what were those two themes? So one was zero financial frauds and the second one was inclusive digital services. Is it so? No, it was being Divyang friendly. So this was the second theme, that was being Divyang friendly. Okay. So Harbinger 2024 is owned and sponsored by RBI. That is correct. And it is hosted on the application programming interface exchange platform. So that is also correct. Ensuring transaction anonymity in token-based CBDC transactions. So inclusive digital services, first of all, is not any theme in the Harbinger 2024, and it should be this theme, token-based CBDC transaction, the anonymity, this theme was under the zero financial frauds. Okay. So that's why the first and third statements are incorrect and you had to find the incorrect statement. So 1 and 3, that is your C is the correct answer here. Okay. So C is the correct answer here. The Harbinger 2024 has been launched. The zero financial frauds as well as the Divyang, being Divyang friendly, these were the two themes of this Harbinger 2024, ensuring transaction anonymity in the token-based CBDC. This is part of zero financial frauds. Okay. Now the RBI is the one that is that owns and sponsors the Harbinger 2024, or that owns and sponsors the Harbinger usually. Now it is hosted on the application programming interface exchange, okay, platform. So now coming to the next news article, that is regarding the bulk deposits. So the minimum limit or the minimum criteria for the single rupee term deposit or the single rupee bulk deposit for the scheduled commercial bank and for the small finance bank is what? Single rupee term deposit, the minimum limit is what? For the scheduled commercial bank and small finance bank, and the single rupee term deposit minimum limit is what? For the local area banks. Yes, it is 3 crores for the scheduled commercial bank and for the small finance banks, excluding the RRBs. For the RRBs and for the local area banks, the minimum limit is 1 crore. So it is 3 crore and 1 crore, that is E. So here you can see that before for the scheduled commercial bank and for the small finance bank, scheduled commercial bank excluding RRBs, small finance bank, for them the limit was 2 crores, but now it has been extended, it has been increased to 3 crores. For the regional rural banks the limit was 1 crore. That is still for the regional rural banks the limit is 1 crore only. The minimum limit is 1 crore only, but for the local area banks also the limit has been defined as 1 crore. Single rupee term deposit means that if you are doing one FD with the regional rural bank that is more than of 1 crore, then it will be considered single rupee term deposit or the single rupee bulk deposit. Okay, so this is the idea regarding the bulk deposit. If you have a single rupee term deposit that is of 3 crore and above with the scheduled commercial bank, with the small finance bank, then it will be considered a single rupee bulk deposit. If you are doing a single rupee term deposit of 1 crore and above with the regional rural banks or with the local area banks, then it will be considered your bulk deposits. Okay, so this is the definition of bulk deposits. Bulk deposit means single rupee term deposits of rupees 15 lakh and above for the urban cooperative banks. This was the criteria for the urban cooperative banks, but now there is the differentiation that has been made that, okay, there are 4 tiers. There are 4 tiers, tier 1, 2, 3 and 4. So in total, what will happen that the tier 3 and tier 4, for them it has been said that for the primary urban cooperative banks, tier 3 and tier 4, their single rupee term deposit will be considered bulk deposit if it is of 1 crore and above. Okay, while for the other urban cooperative banks, for the tier 1, tier 2 urban cooperative banks, the single rupee term deposit will be considered bulk deposit. Okay, that is you are doing one FD. Now this one single rupee term deposit, or you are doing a one deposit that is of 15 lakh and above with the other urban cooperative banks, then it will be considered a bulk deposit. I hope this is clear. Now coming to the next news article. So what is the idea here? That the Reserve Bank of India announced creating a dedicated platform to address the digital payment frauds in the country, which is increasing rapidly. So the frauds that are happening in the country, maximum they are on the digital platforms. So RBI is thinking of making a digital public infrastructure. That is the digital payment intelligence platform. So RBI is thinking of making a digital payment intelligence platform. So there is a committee that has been formed in this regards that will give its recommendations in 2 months. In the coming 2 months, that is very soon, the committee is going to give the recommendations. Now, which is the chairman of the committee? Very good, everyone. Good to see that all of you have the answer. That is Shri A.P. Hota. Shri A.P. Hota is the one that is the chairman of the committee. Now, this chairman of the this committee to take this initiative forward in regards to the digital payment intelligence platform. To take this initiative forward, the Reserve Bank has constituted a committee. Chairman is Sri A.P. Hota to examine various aspects of setting up the digital public infrastructure for the digital payment intelligence platform. This committee is going to provide the recommendations. It is expected to give the recommendations within 2 months. That is, it is going to be coming out very soon. Now, the last question for today. After this, I have a homework question for you. So now this is the last question. Now, why this is mentioned here? Because this was quite in news recently, because it was mentioned in the annual report. So annual report was released in the June 2024, and the annual report of RBI was released in June 2024, and in that this was mentioned. Okay, so incremental cash reserve ratio was applied as a temporary measure by the Reserve Bank of India. What was the percentage of this incremental CRR? So banks had to keep the CRR of 4.5% on the regular basis, as they have to keep it with the RBI. So CRR is a percentage of their net demand and time deposits, or the liabilities, we can say, that the banks have to keep with the RBI. So a percentage of their net deposits or the net liabilities they are keeping with the RBI. That is 4.5% on the general basis. RBI said that you have to keep a incremental CRR for time being. For time being, we will return it to you later on. For the time being, the incremental CRR was 10%. Okay, incremental CRR was 10%. So this we have discussed, that the incremental CRR was applied as a temporary measure during the August 12 to September 7, 2023 to absorb the surplus liquidity from the system, and this incremental CRR was of 10% on the increase in the net demand and time liabilities. Okay, that this 10% extra the banks had to keep with the Reserve Bank of India in cash. So this is the basic idea. Now this is your homework question. Any confusion, anyone? Let me ask you that LIC has got the additional 3 years for the minimum public shareholding. So what, on which year the LIC will have the 10% of the minimum public shareholding? Is it 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028 or 2029? If this is a question that comes to you, what will be your answer here? Yes, it is 2029. It should be which year? 2025, 6, 7, 8 or 9? 2027. Very good. Right. It should be 2027, the year. Okay. So this is the basic idea. Now this is the homework question. I hope you will be able to answer, and just try to think about that what is the ECF also. Okay. So what is the ECF, and in this what is the percentage? Now before ending this session, okay, you have to tell me that how many marks you have got out of 8. So out of 8, how many marks you have got, that you have to tell me, and in the comment section you have to give the right answer of the homework question also. Now before ending this session, I want to show you that EduTap has built this website, so that if you want to get any information regarding EduTap or regarding the examination, so here in the free materials you can go to the blog. If you go nearly at the end of the page, so you can get the exam information regarding different examination. You just have to click on it, and in the all categories you can go to the RBI Grade B, and you can get the information regarding the RBI Grade B. Whatever information you want to get regarding the examination, you can get from here. So different information is provided to you as per your requirement. Okay. Next is that even if you want to know about the strategy, even if you want to know about the success stories, that how the toppers have achieved their dream, or even if you want to get this information regarding the SEBI Grade A, let's say. If you want to get this information regarding the SEBI Grade A, so you can get the information that how they were able to clear their examination and such. Okay. So this is the complete idea regarding that this is the free material that we are providing you so that you can have the more in-depth understanding about the examination. Okay, if you go to the courses section, you can know about the courses also. So if you go to the main page, in this here you have the courses, so you can know about the different courses and what are the prices, what is the off that is going on, so you can know about that. Okay, so this is it regarding today's session. Any confusion, anyone? Okay, most welcome Neha, thank you for attending the session. There was a question that was asked by people friendly, so simply I'm going to tell you that the CRAR for a bank, the capital to risk weighted asset ratio is 9% actually. The 2.5% is your capital conservation buffer. 2.5% is capital conservation buffer. Now out of this 9%, in the tier 1 capital you are maintaining 5.5% of the CET1, that is the common equity tier 1 capital, and the AT1 capital is 1.5%. Then out of this 9% you have tier 2 capital, that is you are maintaining, that is of 2%. So 5.5% plus 1.5% plus 2%, this total is your 9%, right? Other than this 9%, you are maintaining the capital conservation buffer of 2.5%. So this is your capital adequacy ratio. We can say this is the total capital that a bank is maintaining against its risk weighted assets. So 9% is your actual CRAR, but for the banks, they have to maintain the capital conservation buffer of 2.5%. So I hope this is clear. Shubham, I didn't understand your query, what you are trying to say, that what you have not understood. If you are asking me that from where to start from the finance static, because when you understand the finance static, these things will become very easy for you. So balance out your finance static and your finance current affairs. Read the finance static and see the sessions on the finance static, and then you can see the sessions simultaneously. You can start your sessions of finance current affairs, so the understanding of yours will be boosted. I will suggest you start from the finance static. Okay, start from your finance static, and you can also keep on watching the finance current affairs so that you become habitual of the new terminologies that keep on popping up. Okay, because in the finance static you are going in a flow, but in the finance current affairs you are understanding many of the terms at the same time. So start from the finance static, have a little understanding of the finance static, and then you can also, like finance static, you can take any, like in the YouTube, if you want to find any topic, you can find the topic, right? It's like just there is the syllabus of RBI, take a topic of the finance static and put it in the YouTube search box and you will find many of the teachers. In EduTap also the finance static sessions are there. See some of those sessions. If you have any course, start from there. Okay, so start from finance static. After that you can keep on watching the finance current affairs regular sessions that will boost your understanding of the finance current affairs and the flow, that how it goes on. Okay, so this is it from my side. Thank you very much for attending the session. I hope that everything is clear from today's session, and do answer this in the comment section and do tell me that how many marks you have got. Thank you very much for attending the session, and if you have any query you can comment down below. Okay, if you have any query you can comment down below. So thank you everyone, thank you for joining.